We are live with so many beautiful and wonderful people. Hey,
Yay! My point of view as well. Woohoo! And we are going to have a conversation. We all have been exposed to something called the joy business and business done different. And it is one of my personal favorites. And we were having a conversation yesterday where we talked about people having the point of view that do you actually have to do a job you hate? You know? And so, if you're coming across us now or in the future, the question is have you the point of view that you actually have to do a job that you hate?
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So, talk to me when that comes up for you guys. I absolutely I didn't realize that I would change a job if I didn't like it very quickly. I didn't even recognize as a young girl if I didn't like a job, I just find another job and I find another job and I find another job. So for me, if something isn't working, but I didn't have ease with the change, I would have to fight against the job that I was in to reject it to make it a problem to choose a new job.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so what the joy business is about getting clear on what brings you joy and then what you can create as a revenue stream that would be fun for you, which is now a massive topic.
yeah, and like for me, like one of the things that was I'm gonna say like interesting, like because I did had the point of view like even before I like met with the tools of access consciousness, like there must be something that I love to do that would bring me money. Like that was like one of the things like I knew was possible, and I had no idea how to bring that to actualization. And every time like I talk with someone, like people would just tell me like there is no such a thing. Like that's not possible. It's just not there. And then like I'm so grateful for seeing like access consciousness facilitators in my early times on access, and like just
In your young days,
yeah, when I was young, and
You mean yesterday?
when, when the old man of consciousness was young, tell us about when you were young, the grandfather of consciousness.
exactly. And like I would just like watch like facilitators, and they would like facilitate and seem like they were having joy and fun and like receiving money with that. And like for me, that was like such inspiration, like knowing like, oh, like if they do that, then I can choose that as well. And like just starting from there, and like of course, like there was like a huge process in the actualization of it, but like that was like the very, very beginning, just seeing an energy, like someone that was being and knowing, and I'm gonna say like asking that for the universe, like just going, hey universe, like what would it take for me to have this as a business? Like, and yeah. Hmm.
It's so funny. I actually, because I facilitate business done different, and there seems to be this very strange point of view. We just got off our business. Georgie was on it, and Yvette was on it, and Troy. And it's called our Become a Business 6-month mentorship. And most people have the point of view that it's the impossible dream to make money doing what you love. Like it seems
Yeah.
to be like, yeah, exactly. It's like this impossible dream to make money doing what you love. And the other thing that we see is that people are guilty. They don't have gratitude when they can create money easy because we've been so, I'm going to say, like, we've been trained to have like psychologically so many points of views about you have to work hard for your money, you know. You have to get it right, you have to be perfect, you have to be this to get, instead of money is a choice and what can I be and do that would invite more money into my life. And this is a huge, this class, I'm facilitating a Become a Business Brilliant class in April. Is it the 9th it starts? Try help me. Thank you, Els. And so I would say for me, I did my first Big Joy business class in 2014. And the evolution of me in business has been me meeting myself in places where I'm right about my limitation. I'm right about my strong point of view. I can't have this. I can't do this. And you guys might not even know that, but I even had this about like facilitating my first 3-day business class, and all these points of views about that I couldn't do because I wasn't good enough. And actually, those points of views were stopping me from gifting people the tools, because joy of business is not about business done from rightness and the strength of rightness and power over and you making yourself feel better than the people that you work with, or all that kind of structure that we have right now in the world. And that, what do they call that? Hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy. So that's actually not what joy business is about. Joy business is about living business. Your life is your business and your business is your life, and actually you being the valuable product and you contributing to people's lives with your product, your service, your time. It's huge. It's a huge evolution from me having very strong points of views, very strong presumptions, and then my choice is to go beyond those strong limitations. Yeah.
I like what you say. It's not just a one-off thing, but it's sort of a process, a journey you go on, constantly discovering new possibilities, inviting new things into your life, new choices. And when you mentioned the sentence yesterday, this, how much have you decided that you need to do a job that you hate? For me, it was like, oh my God, how many people out there do that?
Yeah.
That's how it is, It's not questioned.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And then we meet Friday evening and we enjoy the weekend, and Monday again, this torture starts. And it's so normal because we don't ask questions,
Well, you said it beautifully. We buy it as normal because we don't ask questions. I remember talking to a guy that I was coaching living in the south of Germany, and he said to me he went into the bar on a Friday night. He went for a beer. Oh, tough week, and chinked the bottle. And I was like, what? You love your job? And he was like, I was totally pretending. And he said, I didn't even realize that I had learned to pretend by clinking my glass, being like, yeah, it was a tough week. Oh, I worked hard, and oh, yeah. And then Johnny comes in, and then Georgie comes in, and Yvette, and we all clink our glasses, and we're all right about like how hard we worked and how we deserved our money, And so, and he recognized that this wasn't true for him at all, that he actually couldn't imagine not working and generating, And then work is one. Gary Douglas said, work is great, relaxation is greater. And relaxation is one of the fundamental energies of joy business. Relaxation is there's no judgment. And we all know that when we're in an environment of no judgment, instead of getting frantic about what we have to do, we have a way more relaxation into what we can create. Yeah, it's thanks for that, because it's so true, Elsa. Like, people have like so many righteous points of views, and I worked hard and I deserve my money and blah blah blah, Yeah, proving. What if you never had to prove? What if you never ever had to prove you again?
Exactly. And I really like this story of Simone Milasas, who wrote this book, Joy of Business. That I heard it several times now. She was like, yeah, every translator who translates the book contacts me and says, look, it has no sense to translate joy of business, joy and business like in one sentence. And then she says, it's the same in English, because it's just not part of our reality. It's so beyond what we are taught here.
It really is. It joy of business, and I forget that people hate their job, because I I know now mine is a choice, and I can choose whether I do it or not. And it's about like actually living and creating. For me, imagine going in. I did a job that I hated, and I would watch the clock for 5:30 to come, and couldn't wait to get out of there. Oh my God, is it 5 yet? And like that was exhausting and boring, and I was like a hamster on a wheel. And now I don't have. Usually, it's like, how did I get to 9 o'clock? So interesting. Yeah.
Actually, for me, the first question is, why do you buy that you need a job the first place?
Yeah.
A lot of people go, oh, I need a new job. I need a new job. Why don't you create a business? So that doesn't even come into the word of a lot of people. So they just want to go from one job to another job and like, oh my God, I lost my job and I need another job. Okay, what if you don't find a job because it's time to create something, So that's like the first thing that I would ask somebody.
It's so funny you should bring this up. I have a beautiful friend, and she's a lawyer, and she was done working in corporate, and she was looking to go out on her own. And she said when it came to the generation of her own business, that she recognized that she had become dependent on the corporate, And so when she started her own business, it was a very different muscle, and she really had to go to question and had to get super present. So we talk about this in Joy Business, like how much structure are you using to create the money in business, or the job that you're choosing? Yeah, the structure of what it is to have a job, instead of looking at what you would like to have and getting present for what you'd like to have. We could talk about this, like we started on the 9th, and the class is twice a week for 5 weeks. And I'm personally looking forward to opening up a space where you dictate about what you would like to have, what are you using money in business for, and what would you like to have, and what's going to uniquely work for you, and what's going to bring you joy. Because I know that for me, I love talking to people.
Really?
Yvette's a Rolfer. She loves Rolfing. You know what I mean? So it's different. What do you love to do, Georgie?
Creating, I guess.
And translating.
Contributing, translating to. I love doing a lot of things. And that's actually the other thing I wanted to ask all of you in this call, that how many of you think that what you do is actually work?
Yeah.
Because I bet none of you would say, yeah, I do work. We do a lot of things, and we don't look at it like work. We look at it as creation.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all happy doing it.
Yeah, but still, I really love like Rachel approaches this topic, especially for humanoids and X-Men, because I do things now that I love or like, but I notice how much pressure I still put on myself. And the structures I used before, I try now to apply even to access business and my own stuff. And it's a big journey for me, and to really explore what I like and what works really for me, because the energetic, how energetically I function, it's still new for me. And I love really Rachel's approach, because she contributes a lot energetically, and her own way of maturing in this energetic approaching to business. It's really priceless for me, because it's huge.
I'm so glad you brought this up, because most people don't recognize. Were any of you on here in a job you hated? Okay, I was. When you left, when you left in the evening, did you have less energy or more energy? Less. And so exactly, but we don't ever look at that as in, did you feed your energy into something that actually like gave you more energy? And so for me, when I'm putting my energy into facilitating the classes that I love and something I love, how often as children we weren't allowed to play with what we love to play with, that we had to do the things that were supposed to do, supposed to learn, and yet our natural ability was in what we love doing. And so for me, we've been trained out of what we love doing from a very young age due to the structure of what we're supposed to do to make money. And the Joy business is a complete radical transformational education, I'm going to say, that really invites you to take a look at your point of view, creates your business. It's phenomenal, and it's still, you said it, it's still evolving for me. What do I know about business? What would I like to have as my legacy in business? You know what I mean? Yeah.
And maybe I would add, because I learned to ignore my body during working.
Totally.
And this is huge, like part of this business done different, that we include the body and we do the body part of the business. And it's just because we had to be tired and drained at the end of the day because the body was completely not there.
Yeah.
And cannot work long term. Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing that up, because it's brilliant. It's really brilliant that we can say, actually, how many of you separated from your bodies to do your job, you know? So for me, I was up here walking around with no body. And now actually to be in business, because, you know, my fingers do the work on the keyboards. When I was standing teaching a class on Monday, my body was standing. And so often we don't have gratitude for our bodies, and we also include the body. Consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. It makes everything greater. So also, what if you did include your body? And what if your body did become greater in where you actually put your energy in your business? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and I just want to add just one thing, and like, I'm grateful that like Wendela bring the body part in, because like usually like in business, like nobody even talks about it or even like acknowledge it. And I had the point of view like my body was an obstacle in front of me from getting where I want to go. And I'm so grateful for the tools of Access Consciousness. Like when I change that point of view and really start to including my body and my body's awareness on what I can generate, then everything for me like started to grow and expand. And like it, and Business Done Different is truly business done different.
I mean, another factor that we're looking at the moment is the World Health Organization has just said that stress now is a disease, and it's a pandemic worldwide. And so this is where not like talking to your body and not including your body in business. People are, and I absolutely did this. I forced my body to go to work when I required to rest, you know, or I'm going to say like I overrid what my body required, a lunchtime walk or taking time for a lovely food. And so what if you could, just by watching this live, what if you could start to ask questions and include your body when you walk in the door to your business or your workplace or your office, your home office, wherever, you know, you generate from. And we would love to invite you to Joy Business and a different way. You're going beyond the archetype, you know, of the dictation of the way that we do business from a structure, and we're inviting you to a new system of business. Beautiful. Thanks for being here with me, guys.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And if you'd like to join us, try us, put the link in, and we invite you to Business Done Different. Thanks. Oh, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks so much
Bye-bye.
for everybody watching.
All of business comes to us with ease, joy, and glory.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.